son, and I have the Black Ops 1 guns playing on the Winter Crash map, yo. That shit was marvelous, dog. So I'm using the black, yo, and then they balanced out everything, son. They changed up the perks, everything in that shit. It's like the ultimate shit. Like, I'll send you the file, so if you want to do it, son, that shit is fire, bro.
I still ain't get the Punk Buster stick.
Nah, yeah, that's a small file. I got the file saved too, so I'll just give you that. It's one little file. You throw it in your thing, and bam, you're good. But that the mod file will be straight up.
What's going on, folks? We're here for the pre-show. We're gonna start live at 7:30. We chilling with the crew in here, waiting for Abel to show up. Prophecy is back in here today, by the way.
Squat.
Yo, so I can't.
What's up, Joy 6? Trey. Bam Medina, what's going on? 7:30. We going in today. And Damon Grove, he definitely looks short.
Oh man.
Cause we got catfished.
Yo, yeah, man.
We don't go in yet. Don't go in yet, man.
We got catfished by 2 people, yo. We got catfished
I'll
by
just familiarize myself with more of the E3 stuff, so that's why I'm on mute over here.
Oh, you got the link in the chat? The link in the chat, Ricky got all the games they showed.
Yeah, it got from the list of each conference and what games they brought out. If they did bring out any, they didn't necessarily put.
I was on the IGN channel just taking a look at some stuff, but I'll check out this too.
Yeah, that's the IGN. The link is from IGN.
My man Milo say we were hornswoggled though.
Hornswoggled?
I like that.
Yo, son, like when I saw the girl from Unreal Tournament tweet out the interview, she goes, "What you guys been waiting for?"
Yo,
and then people commented. People commented like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
She about to get this DM. What's her at?
Hold on, let me check how I tweeted her. Let me see.
Swing that.
Cause I say, how you do that to my boy, yo?
Hey, vice versa, you was in there. We got beasted in Destiny. It was me, Wyza, and Ricky.
That shit was grimy, dog.
That's the thing. We gotta be careful, man, because we'll run into people.
Yo, they ain't no love was shown, B.
No love, man.
No love was shown.
Hold on, let me check this out. Her name is at Dana Cowley. I'll just copy and paste it.
Yeah, because
she can get it now. I mean, whoa, let me not even say that shit. Let
me just see. Let me just see.
Yo, right.
Oh yeah, they Mike Western. They definitely got us with the flim flam. Yeah, what you know about the flim flam? Yeah.
Yeah, I watch way too much Cartoon Network.
Yo, dog, I click on her thing. It says football interview as promised. And people were well done. A lot of people are very excited about this game.
The homie Young C's in the building. Ace One, light skin.
Let me look at this.
Is it wrong? I'm pretty excited to see grass rendering with a 4.8 improvement.
Where her pictures?
You heard what somebody wrote on one of the tweets? I can't wait to see the grass on this mobile device.
Well, Wyza got me playing Destiny. Y'all know I actually refuse to play that game, but
yeah, it's fun though today.
As long as that's any game. If you play with friends, it's typically kind of fun. At least
because if I play with you, Ghost Recon, you wouldn't have fun.
Ghost Recon's ass, shit. The new one might be decent though. I'll at least give it a shot. What's going on, Abel?
Abel. I can't hear him.
You got yourself muted, bro. You muted.
He look high as fuck. He's like, yeah.
Nah, my bad. I say UT, welcome back. Wyza, what's good? What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's up?
Yo.
A Prophecy in here?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the Vegeta. Is that him?
He's Vegeta.
Alright.
Okay, I was laughing when Sonny used Destiny DLC for their E3 presentation. Get that shit up off the stage, man.
Yeah, like they announced that shit like it was a part 2. That shit was a fucking expansion. Like I don't give no fuck.
He ain't really putting up too many pictures of
Hey, kid, a lot of people. I was ready to go, man. I really was looking forward to that Joe Montana, man. I think a lot of people were.
And then what makes it worse is that we was all like, maybe it is coming. Maybe it is. Maybe there is a big version of it. Then the guy makes a 30-second video. We know you guys wanted it. We're trying. I'm like, oh yeah, this is just a mobile.
They shouldn't have been putting up 4-hour-long breakdowns of the ball spinning in the air.
Yeah, who was doing that shit?
What are you talking about?
Thing ever.
Huh? You know, cats, they see like some 30-second footage. They do the hour-long breakdown, like.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
It's not. And it
Wait,
really ain't now.
which press? You mean on Joe
I
Montana?
mean, people on YouTube, generally speaking.
Doing a breakdown video on conference. Man, let me see somebody do a breakdown.
I kind of went in on their whole plan a bit on my channel, but I think this time, like here on the show, I think I gotta point my gun at the people that get on that hype train. Like, I don't want to say any kiss ass because they're not kiss asses, but you know those guys that always try to get that inside info. So they do what they can.
Like they
If something bombs, then they try to damage control. I need to point my gun at them.
Oh, point the gun though, bro.
It ain't anybody on the podcast, right?
Nah.
All right, then we straight.
That's the thing, man. Information is such a important and sensitive thing that some people's methods to getting information before other people's aren't always the best. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. We know how I roll on YouTube behind the scenes, man.
I know, just people. I mean, it's just there's people who overhype shit. There's people who just get misled information.
There you go, taking shots at your man again.
My bad, man. I don't want to say his name because he's cool people, man. It's just like, why is every time some shit goes down, he's the first one that comes to my head. I type his name in on YouTube, I find the video that he made on it. I'm like, fuck, it was from him. I think I'm gonna just have to like not watch any of his videos in regards to like games and confirmation.
Well, I don't blame anybody for getting people hyped if they legit thought like that we were going to get an actual.
No, he said it was confirmed, dog. My bad. Let me not throw no more shots. Sorry.
I mean, but you can't really blame him. Like, who in the world is going to think that a real football game is going to be coming to the phone, though?
No, not.
Like,
nah, I feel you. But one thing
or is this a roster update to your phone, though?
No. No, but he came out.
They got
He came out and said that though. There is. He said he was like, it's not about the money. It's about sports and it's about options. I'm like,
making
options
this
like
be
what?
a spiritual successor to 2K5. This is crazy, son.
I'm not saying no names.
Gotta throw the crazy son in there.
You got to though, man.
Oh man, chill.
I mean, it's possible. Maybe when he got the information, he got the same information we got.
Bro,
So,
dude,
we got the information from him though.
Everybody on YouTube that gave out some bogus information sometime or another. Like,
everybody got goofed.
Yeah, everybody. Well, I don't know if we ever dedicated maybe like a 15-minute video, but everybody on this goddamn YouTube shit, if you've been doing information videos, like you got information that maybe was wrong. A lot of people did it with the Xbox. It's called the Xbox 720, blah blah blah, and then we got it, and they was wrong. So this is wrong all the time. It ain't that shit.
Rex Dixon from Madden's design team, he had like several interview questions. One kid asked him, "Why does Madden suck?" And he answered it and goes, "Madden sucks? Well, we was rated 7 point something on Metacritic last year. We're gonna be rated higher." He goes, "You think that sucks?" And then he goes, "Well, last year Madden was the top second game sold in the world in North America. Does that suck?" I'm like, damn, he got mad, dog. I'm like, Madden still sucks.
Make no mistake, I like hip hop gamer. I mean, I'm thoroughly entertained.
You just
thoroughly.
You could have just said HPG.
They already said his name in the comment section.
Oh damn, they know who it is.
And the thing is, though, you just happened to bring that up. We weren't really. I wasn't even talking about him.
But you did the impersonation, though.
I know I had to because it's funny, man. Because he be getting so hyped, like. But it's not. It's a lot of people, like, did that.
Upset at that. I know.
But he delivered that shit, and I'm like, yes. And the thing is, he just did another video. He said Red Dead was back.
Oh man, I can't listen to that one.
I hope Red Dead is back. Come on now, bro.
He was like, because they were in talks, and they were saying that Red Dead 2 is coming to PC. I'm like, dog, we didn't even get Red Dead 1 on PC. I'm like, stop, man. Stop all this overhyping shit, because I get too hype, and now I got to remember who's it coming from. This shit is the worst.
They had damn girl looking like Raspy.
Yo, he was nervous, yo. The girl from Unreal was like, and who we have here? Damon Grow. And his face looked fucked up. He was like, uh-oh.
That man ain't want no parts to that camera.
His resume looking horrible. And then he goes, with the power of the metal in the engine. She goes, wait, metal. So this is a mobile game, right? And he was like, yep. And she was like, oh, so what we saw was mobile? And he was like, yep. All that grass is on the mobile phone. Doodle ass shit.
I'm just gonna tweet out the link here.
And the only name you saw on the jersey was Montana. Everybody else had a blank jersey.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, no. There was another dude, a wide receiver named Clayton. I noticed.
A made up name.
But what if they didn't have no NFL players and it's on the phone? It's like y'all really fucking up now.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna front. I'll probably try it on the PC.
Yeah, hey, Flock, it definitely looked like he was on his way to the gallows, man. He knew what it was. As soon as she asked him that, his whole like Twitter feed just flashed, like right past his eyes. Like he knew what it's about to be, dog.
His reaction was like he saw the red ring of death on his Xbox.
Oh man! Not only that, his eyes got red and watery. He looked like, oh man, they're gonna make me tell everybody that this is a phone game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if his eyes are still red or watery.
He was probably like, man, I almost had him, man.
I could have called out sick today, and they just made me come into this shit. I should have never came into this.
He the CEO. He ain't had no choice.
Yep.
How you the CEO with 1,000 followers of you? All right, never mind. I mean, I go there because that doesn't necessarily matter, right? CEO, yeah, CEO. You got like 100 followers on Twitter.
That don't mean nothing.
I know that don't mean nothing, right? No,
that don't mean nothing at all, man.
Yeah, you're right. It don't mean anything at all.
No, I'm just also tickled because you remember like Xbox.
hold on.
I'm tickled, yo. Xbox this was like they was using that as like their exclusive. At least before E3, they was like, we getting Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't even know that. Now look, but then even those people are like, we all got.
Not only that, the shit wasn't even confirmed. He didn't even say it was coming out for Microsoft. So Xbox guys was like, yeah, and what? This is an exclusive. It ain't coming to P. Man, this shit ain't even coming to that Xbox. It's coming to PC.
So much shit, bro.
Indie. It's an indie game, dog.
You can't be running around tweeting about, yo, I'm at the Microsoft headquarters, baby.
Yup. And it's on the phone, though. Man.
I be doing that.
Hey, that's them Beyond fanboys.
He sent out a tweet, and he was like, whew, does it feel good to be at Microsoft? So you know what that means? They got a partnership with Microsoft. I was like, oh, man, he just hyped it.
Why was he tweeting, showing pictures of 2K5, and like basically like he just kept referencing that game?
That's where they get their inspiration from.
Well, 2K5 wasn't on the phone though, like.
No, but I just think because you see, this is what we probably took in. We probably took in like, oh, 2K, we're gonna have these lead directors and everybody. It was probably 2K Mobile Sports that came in and helped them. Like for all I know, like remember, there's a 2K.
No, there was no 2K involvement at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now that I've seen that, but at that time, like we was probably taking it like, damn, 2K, and knowing it could have just been like the mobile tech team coming in helping them. Like
I asked someone from 2K, like, yo, do y'all have anything cooking up for players? They had no parts of it, so I knew that from the beginning.
Oh, so that was
this man to lie to us.
Nah, he didn't say that though. That's the thing. He didn't give us any info, but he always put out stuff to make it look like, okay, you form your own thoughts from this. I'm gonna just sit this here. Is basically what he did.
I think
we shouldn't have sat that there.
But not only that, he came out and we gotta
pull up for that subject a bit. Save some of that for the show.
Yeah, we gonna say like Sora.
I really want to go.
No, we gonna go in.
Oh man.
I'll tell you right now, that girl from Unreal lost mad followers yesterday.
People was following her because of the
Like no, she had like 12,000. She got like 11,000 now. So I mean, she might have lost.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, she looked at him like with that face, like, nigga, we lent you our engine, and you using it for the mobile.
You gonna put it on the phone,
right?
You gonna put it on this motherfucking.
Put it on the Xperia.
You know what?
This flip phone.
The other face he made is sometimes when you do interviews, some people say, okay, please don't ask me about this, or if like some rappers say, please don't ask me to freestyle, and it like he had the face where like she just asked him anyway, but the cameras was rolling.
No, not only that, he made that face like I didn't even tell her not to ask what this is gonna be on.
Yeah.
So then at the end she said metal. So wait, this is a mobile phone game, and he goes, yeah.
But you know what? That's his fault. He still messed up on that one. Saying metal. I mean, it was gonna be said what platform it was gonna be on regardless, but you know, just the way that he handled that, I don't think that he was all that prepared.
Not only that, he said that shit is coming out pre-alpha for iOS and Android. So there's
and if it does well, we might consider down the road I just want to see the damage control when it shows up in the comment section.
But that's
I
crazy.
can't wait.
I've never heard of that. He said people could go on the website right now, sign up for the pre-alpha build on iOS.
Bro, they had to turn the comment section off. It got ugly.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Turned that comment section off within a few hours.
That's weak, man.
No, but it was crazy because I've never heard of that. Like a pre-alpha build for a mobile phone. He said iOS and Android gets the pre-alpha if you sign up now. I'm like, nigga, this ain't a console.
That people were showing of like what they got to take their phone to in order to play the game.
That shit's wait, what you said?
They were showing pictures of what they got to, like, you know how I think that there's ways that you can connect the controller to a phone now.
Oh yeah, Bluetooth, via Bluetooth.
People showing what they got to tape their phone to in order to play Joe Montana football.
Oh no, it's probably a bunch of
act like it's a TV.
It's like H-hour all over again, but with football.
Oh nah, come on, Abel, man. No, he just wanted to throw some shots out there. Yo, I seen his face the whole time he said that.
You should see the damage control on Abel's video when he's talking about H-hour, man.
And this shit is crazy, bro. Abel's too nice, so when you hear him violating, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
this nigga's fucked up.
I can't wait till we talk tonight, man. I swear. I can't wait.
Dudes, they just sit on the sidelines with their capes on, and they literally go to everybody with the opposite opinion, and then they always try to back up whatever they're talking about, like at all times, like with the just defending the shit. It's ridiculous, man. It's annoying too, yo.
It is.
Like, people don't get it, man.
Truth, Betha. Tell the truth.
Right? Yo, Jump Jones though? He said, "This you, Betha? This you?" Yeah, wow, Jimmy. He said, "I know you. I know you too, sir." I remember that. I remember that.
Got some goos on them.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna just save this a quick thing for the actual when the show starts. Just a quick thing. But I mean, overall, just I don't know, man. I was pretty happy because last year's E3 was just plain toodle, yo, and this year it's a little bit better. But you know what? It's also because now all the delayed games are coming out finally. But aside from that, how about that Destiny expansion? I know Wyza's buying that, right?
Shit,
I'm grabbing.
Matter of fact, that's not included with the season pass?
I didn't even get the season pass.
No, because I had got it day one, but I'm saying because if that's not included, then like, what's the fucking point of a season pass?
No. Season passes don't even give us all the DLC anymore at this point.
Oh, matter of fact, quick update. My boy from Militant Gaming, CEO, he told me that they changed up the pre-order of the season pass now on Batman. Everyone gets the retailer's DLC now. Because remember that whole big thing that happened? The only thing that people don't get is the Scarecrow shit. But everybody else gets everything else.
I already made that purchase.
No, I'm saying because you know how remember that whole big thing about how each console or retailer was selling specific DLC and people were going to be missing out on a lot of shit? Well, they changed it up and said in the season pass, you'll get everything within time now. So I was like, because people responded to that.
So that pretty much lets you know that if you're making enough noise in the community, that companies are listening.
Like don't do that to Batman. That's what I'm saying. Like with Batman, don't try to fuck up Batman, man.
It's the third time we made noise and they changed it. We had the Xbox policies. We had Metal Gear being $40 for an hour-long game, and then we got this.
Shit was on Steam right now for $5.
You're supposed to complain if you have a solution.
Right.
A lot of people complain without a solution, but if you have solutions that sound like they're better than the plan that's in place, why not say them though? Like, I don't understand why people think we just should never say anything. Well, if you can do better, like, man, shut the fuck up. You can do better. Shut up. Dumbass response.
So hold on, does DLC pay the publisher, or does that just pay the devs? That's what I want to know.
Ooh, I think it's a percentage.
It has to be percentage.
Yeah, they split that all up.
Because I'm thinking like maybe because I'm assuming like because I be thinking sometimes, yo, I think UTX mentioned this before. I think some of these dudes don't even know games, yo. Some of these publishers and devs, I just think they just throw the money out there. All right, I have a certain amount of time.
They got
That's
money.
What I'm saying.
There you go.
The ones that I know who is like the CEO of Ubisoft, because he's out in every convention talking about the games. He goes in, and just everybody else, like say I don't see Activision, I just see the devs from each team, you know.
Yeah, you should always think of publishers as record labels. That's all they are.
True. No, you're right about that.
That's all you
That's
should
exactly what it is. And I just love seeing the devs play, and they suck. The dude that plays man is so ass, yo.
You have no idea.
Yo, he is. Well, I'm sure you have an even better idea because you actually were like you got to watch him.
Play with they just throw Hail Mary all day.
I know.
it's ridiculous.
He's probably like, well, what you saw here was the new physics that we just added in the game. Yeah. But no, you missed the catch. No, we just wanted to show you the physics of him jumping.
How are you good? Well, if you stop throwing fucking Hail Mary all day, then you might be all right.
But I was saying it before. I mean, Chase told me it was a noob thing, but I thought it was interesting the way they did that draft thing. I just thought of it because of people who don't know characters and stuff like that. It's just a more easier way to understand. That's how I saw it. I thought it was pretty interesting. It wasn't that bad, but I understand where you're coming from when you said noob because people should know football.
Look, if we playing football and I run 3 or 4 plays and you still don't know what players are running, your ass. But
I'm talking about the draft part, just the picking up players part. I thought was cool.
I know that's cool, but I'm saying generally speaking, they have made the game so noobish because they show you the percentage that people run plays. They show you what play they just ran, and that's like, yo, if you play, you should be able to pick up that and learn that by halftime in the first half. Bottom line,
right.
But they show you, like, how's that cool? Like, oh, the community runs this play. It's like, yo, get the fuck out of here with that.
But to be fair, there are some plays in the game that are completely broken. Like, if people running the play action end around, you can know it's coming. You know the formation. They'll run it every single down. It's just, if you don't know how to stop it, that's just your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's whack, man. Like do that when you're playing against a computer, but not other players, though. Like when they show.
Yeah, player versus player, it should just be blank.
Yeah. Yeah, they do enough hand holding, man, with the ball hawk and all that. The auto sprint, auto strafe, ball hawk. Then they show you plays people picking.
No,
what do you have to
I think Wyza knows this better than me, but you know when Odell Beckham did that one-hand catch, I was watching their little stream on the game, and now they implemented that in the game, and I think what's going to be exploited is that feature that they added when the ball's coming. You have to hold triangle or Y or something like that to catch it, and then the defensive part of it is, in order to automatically get a strip or something like that, they have to do it as well. Sometimes I'm just like, damn, they're going to find an exploit that's going to destroy now the wide receiver part. So it's always like
because here's what's going to happen. People are going to still be throwing streaks, and they're going to be face catching with the, I think it's the Y button that that gets you the animation to catch it at its highest point. People are just going to have Calvin Johnson. And they're just gonna be throwing streaks all day.
That's true too. But remember what he said? There's a downfall to doing that. You'll fall, and you'll have to get back up, and then have to run. I'm like, really? So now that'll just ruin it too. I'm just like, come on, man.
This is coming from the people that said it was a downfall to drop back with Michael Vick and run left, right, left, right, left, right. You'll get fatigued, and people were still able to do that shit.
Oh yeah.
This day.
Yeah, they still do it.
Yeah.
Fatigue will set in if you keep the no, it ain't. Liar, shut up. Lying. Man.
Another thing is the suction tackling. That's just.
I love it.
It is. They're trying too hard to make this
just dive. You can just by holding the button, you can dive from about 5 yards away to tackle somebody. And it's just you into the tackle.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yo, Wyza, you nailed it with that, bro. Like, you know how many times like there's been plays where I should have been gone, and they suction the dude to me. I'm like.
It's like a magnet, dog. I'm like, yo, what is it? And then some players, I'm just like, yo, they shouldn't even be catching up to me. Then there was one year where the game came out and they made it worse, where the guy literally has no chance. I'm just like, yo, this is just not balanced. But
they put him right to you.
Yeah, man, they try too hard to make it sim. I mean, just keep it, you know. There's gonna have to be an arcade style in the game, but making shit too sim is not a good look.
Wait, Wyza, did you get to play 16 at all this year?
Did I get to play what, Madden 16?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Wait, are you cool with still from the guys from Madden, or is it still like some controversy?
Hell.
What I don't understand is you put out so much fucking news and updates, and you help hype the community. Why the fuck is it
they don't suck my dick enough?
Oh, okay, you made that point.
Oh, damn.
No.
I'm saying they should. They should.
I mean, what I don't understand is like this man. Like, if you ever watch Wyza's channel, like, this man puts out so much shit on Madden. Wait, don't you even spend money on pack openings?
Absolutely.
Yeah, these niggas don't appreciate you, bro. You got a lot of people.
It's become pretty much oversaturated now that, other people are doing it, so they don't really care who's doing it, honestly.
So Wyza, do you think they'll switch it up with the new game mode or anything? Like, do you see anything?
Yeah, yeah. Once the show starts, I'm gonna talk about that one.
Okay.
The new game mode is really gonna be something else. I don't even think that they know what it's gonna be.
Is it a good thing or is it more like?
It's a really good thing for people that want to save their money. Oh my God, he one-shotted me.
Wait, oh, you're playing Destiny?
Gears?
Playing Destiny.
No, he ain't ready for that Gears though.
Probably not.
I know Prophecy got that.
I'm loving this shit,
bro.
bro. That Gears is fucking sexy.
Bro, I don't know, bro. Like,
Oh, let me get away from here. I can't.
It's kind of messed me up a little bit.
What with that?
Wait, what you mean?
Oh my God, you fucking A.
Like that, I don't know.
What happened, Billy?
All right, well, it's 7:30, so it's about time we kick off the live show, the actual podcast. Thanks everybody for coming through. If you want to go ahead and share this video or just stream out to your Twitter feed, that'd be cool.
Block party in action.
Prophecy is back. What's this? You was gone for 2 or 3 weeks. Tell them a little bit about your vacation, though.
We was down there visiting family, my little brother's graduation and shit, so just got to really spend time with the family and some of my family from Arizona and all over the place came and visited, so it's like a big-ass family reunion.
Hey, all right.
All right, we got the homie Wyza standing up. About
Take the hat off, dog.
So I could look like you? Absolutely not.
Got you.
How's it going?
Got him.
I watched this way too much.
All right, we got the homie Abel in the building. Say what's up, Abel.
Hey guys, let's do it. Let's talk games. Let's do it.
And then we got our comic relief and Ricky here. Say what's up, Ricky.
What's going on, everybody?
This is GMG, episode 73. Today's show is going to be mostly about E3. Now, I feel like it's only right, since we spent a little bit of time talking about Joe Montana, is to, number one, explain the Joe Montana situation. And number two, everybody going to say their opinions on the situation. And then we'll move on to the actual other conferences. So,
that shit doesn't even get...
All right, so basically, anybody that just got here, if you've been, like, waiting on Joe Montana 16 info, like, the game is mobile, all right? Like, let's be clear here. Because somebody will come in here, well, they said, no. He said they starting on iOS, then Android, and if it does well, PC is considered. Now, make no mistake again.
Then he said possibly console a year later.
A year later, and it is going to be a mobile port if it does hit PC as early as y'all trying to say it will. But it's not going to do well. We got Catfish, all right? There are plenty of interviews and all types of stuff. My man, he looked just bedazzled, yo. He was not ready. His eyes, he just looked like he knew what it was about to be. They disabled the comments on the video. There is no Joe Montana on the consoles. We're fucked. So anyway, Wyza, I'm going to let you go ahead and take that, bruh. Take it. Pause.
You know what? I think it'd be better if everybody gets their opinions out because I talk too much.
All right.
And I'll just bounce off of what you guys are saying.
Ricky, let you go ahead and jump in there first then.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, HHG catfished me. He hyped me up. I started doing some research. But then after seeing his interview, this man said that the game, you would have to sign up to play the pre-alpha build on iOS and Android. I said, yo, there's a pre-alpha on mobile phones. I said, yo, I'm done. And when he mentioned the engine, the girl knew what it is. She was like, wait, so this is mobile? And he was like, yeah. Like, he took it and said, yeah. The thing is, we were inspired. Like, nah, man, I don't want to hear that. I'm just upset. There's really nothing to say. I'm not buying it now. I'm not hyped out no more. It's not going against Madden Mobile. I ain't worried about that shit now.
Abel, what you think?
Seriously, like Chase's presentation, the introduction into this conversation was hilarious. I personally did not see them drop the bomb, letting everybody down with the mobile the mobile announcement, but it sounds hilarious and it hurts to see that.
Face, though.
I'm going to right after this. I'm going to look at it, but I'm so upset because I feel like Madden needs that competition to help the consumers, help us as gamers push the envelope in football and get a better football title that everybody loves. But It is what it is, and I'm just happy that we know what it is now. Like it's a mobile game. It's hilarious though. It's really funny. It's funny.
Okay. Prophecy. What you think?
My little thoughts on it is going to be a little different to y'all's because it doesn't really faze me that much at all. I rarely play Madden as it is. I mean, I went many years without playing football games, so it didn't really like. I was more or less laughing, to be honest with you, because I was just like, I cared less about that shit at all. I didn't do any research on Joe Montana or anything. I didn't know any real thing about it, so it didn't
So
really.
you didn't really care for another football game coming out.
I didn't care because I don't play them like that.
Okay.
I just want to. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it'd be different if I played football like every year and I could see like yes it needs another competitor or something like that. But because I don't really play them as it is, it didn't really bother me.
I just want to say, me and Wyza was talking about this earlier. For you to go, first of all, E3 is the biggest stage in the world. It don't get no bigger than E3. When you talk about video games and like building hype for a product, and then you gonna show up to E3 with that bullshit. First of all, he ain't have a booth. He's just in there like us, just standing in the lobby with a phone.
For a ticket.
He got a ticket, and you gonna pull that shit there? He could have went to PAX. He could went to Gamescom. He could have went anywhere in the world. But this motherfucker gonna take that shit to E. How you at E3 with a mobile game?
That was his.
He could have just stood home on Twitter, dog. Because
he could have definitely said that on Twitter. He could have gotten this goddamn podcast.
You know the girl from the Unreal shit was upset that she interviewed him. She thought she was catfish too, because that's why she was like, "Wait, it's a mobile game?" So you knew she was tight. She thought I thought he was gonna use our engine for the good.
I thought he was gonna say some hot shit.
I did. I thought he was gonna really throw some shots.
The funny thing about it, like looking at it from the outside, it just is really fucking funny, bro. Like that nigga.
I thought he was gonna say it's coming out for
he
mobile.
really catfish like every fucking
So
body.
let me fill prophecy in, and for anybody else who isn't really familiar with why this is such a bad thing, because now I don't follow all games all that well. I'm not that much of a gamer. I'm finally starting to get into other games, but to me, from any knowledge I have of gaming, this has to be like the biggest debacle that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
So how these guys handled it from top to bottom, from the time that this thing was announced to the time that it was they put out the confirmations with E3, and it's more like these guys were taking shots at Madden. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a Madden channel, but I am in no way, shape, or form a Madden fanboy. I just play that shit because that's what people know me to play. And I'm a football guy. I love football. So the news of a new football game coming, I was extremely excited. I was the type of guy, I played 2K5, All-Pro Football, 2K8. I played that for 3 straight years. I played 2K5 for 4 years because I refused to play Madden. So I'm not like a Madden fanboy. I'm a football guy, especially if a game makes sense to me. So it's like, all right, new game coming. I'm excited because I get something new. And it's not like Madden is crap. It's more so we get tired of playing the same thing and having the same feel year after year after year where you're getting the same thing with just a few minor tweaks. So it's like, all right, let's see what this new game can do. So these guys, let me not say these guys, Damon Grow is taking shots at Madden, little subliminal shots here and there, putting out tweets, showing you face scans, showing you like little clips of gameplay, and it's leading you to think that this is going to be a console game, and it actually got to a point where people were thinking that it was going to be Xbox One and PC exclusively, especially when Joe Montana showed up at Microsoft and they tweeted that out. And this guy, Damon Grohl goes and retweets it, and it leads you to think one thing. It's like, here's the thing: you got a football community, a football gaming community, and guys are just waiting for a football game. Have been waiting for years for a new football game, and you finally get like a glimmer of light, and it looks like it's going positive. You got Joe Montana's name on this shit. So it's not like you got Joe Horn's name on it. No, you got Joe Montana.
Joe Horn.
So you have no choice but to like believe in the hype that they're building. And they're being very, very vague on the information that they're giving us. So it's like anytime they give us anything, anytime somebody gives us anything concrete, whether it be rumor mill or whatever, and it sounds good, people are going to take what they want from it and start chopping and screwing it and making it their own and X, Y, Z. And then you start thinking like, oh, this is about to be on the Xbox and PC. I don't really have to worry about that. You got people who got PlayStation 4s going out and buying Xboxes. You got people asking Damon Grohl all of these questions, and he's being extremely vague while people are literally going out and buying Xboxes for this game because they're football fans. It's not necessarily they're buying it for Joe Montana. No, they're buying it for a different experience with football, and I think that that's the part he nor they understand. And as a matter of fact, he even said in the interview that he put out the feelers to see if people really wanted a new football game. And it's like, dude, if you got to put out feelers, you have no idea what the football gaming community is. Because people have been begging for a new football game every year. And to not know at least that much, good luck to you. And then, you know, you finally come out, like, you got everybody by the balls now. You already built the hype train, and you have these guys from, like, the Sim Standard community, you know, backing you, and, you know, you guys are, I don't want to say in cahoots, but, you know, you're feeding them a little information here and there, and, you know, they're making these 10-hour videos on a freaking clip of a ball spiraling. Like, they breaking that down. Let's look at the grains in the football. Like, they're just doing the freaking most. And it's like, yo, man, this game is upon us. And then, like, yo, E3, we you know, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be at E3. Okay, so you're gonna be at E3. That means, you know, usually people go to E3, they got a booth, right?
He said we though.
They got a team behind you, right?
One dude. Like,
you got merch, you got signs, you got stuff, right? So the first thing you think,
look at his face, yo. There you go.
You went to Microsoft, so you have to have like some type of video clip that's gonna go with the Microsoft presentation, right? Nah, we ain't get that. Nah, we ain't get that. So people hitting them up, yo, Microsoft just went on. No Joe Montana, what's up? No response, B. Next day.
No response, B.
Next day. No nothing. But he's like, yo, you're gonna get info tomorrow. That day comes, you get, hey, if you want to try Joe Montana's pre-alpha, sign up with your email here. Okay. So that confirmed what I was thinking was, since they weren't really promoting this thing or putting any advertisement behind it, okay, it is in its pre-alpha like I was thinking. All right, cool, that's fine. So the next day comes, you guys are going to get this interview at whatever time. Okay, cool, all right. The interview starts, and my man is in the lobby, though.
He in the lobby, there's people walking past, somebody bumped him and shit.
Somebody dead arm stiff armed the shit out of his ass. He's in the lobby with a cell phone in his hand talking about, check out this new game I got. That shit.
Check out.
Where's the CGI in your phone, though? Like, this dude was so like, he was scared shitless. It's like, when the interview starts, you just see, you could just make a meme of it that says, at this moment, Damon knew he fucked up. It is hilarious because he refused to look at that camera. He refused, and it's like, this is gonna get bad, real bad.
He looked like he wished he took the day off and used a holiday. He's just upset.
That was the most misleading thing. Like, me and Wyza was talking earlier, like, Xbox, they was honest about what they're trying to do, like, 2013. Like,
yeah,
always online. They said that. This dude, they did everything to lead us towards a console game, and any information that would have had us suspecting that it was mobile was not released. So screenshots, tweets, like, why would you need to be at Microsoft Studio, Joe Montana, if your game's going onto a phone?
Unless it's going on the Microsoft Windows. What if it's going to Windows 10 on mobile?
But that's not what. But it's not. What was it?
Is that what he? But he didn't say that. He just said iOS and Android.
No, I know. I'm fucking right.
We
It
need
was just
transparency.
mind blowing, dog. He said mobile.
We definitely got played. As simple as that. There's no excuses. People like, well, if y'all would listen, no. The shit is not what you think.
No.
It's not. Whatever they alluded to is that's just not.
No, but you know how Konami came out and said how they're trying to move their games to the mobile market. I don't know what Joe Montana was thinking. He was probably thinking like, yo, the mobile market is doing great. It ain't that type of great. I don't know who would think that throwing this. This was the worst because this was something that this was what was it? It was most demanding to have a new football game be brought, to compete with Madden. I don't know why they even had the word Madden in talks with as far as competition goes. This shit is not competing.
They were talking about Madden Mobile, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know Madden had a mobile game. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it does too.
That's
how do you
crazy.
tweet out more than just a roster update, but you got a phone though?
And on top of that, he probably tried to like show the Sony Xperia on it. Like he probably had the new Samsung S6 playing it, but he said sign up for the pre-alpha.
Like
that's what bugged me out. I didn't know that you could have a pre-alpha game on your phone.
Another one of his quotes was, "You've waited long enough." For this mobile game.
Honestly, I hope, and shout out to everybody here. We the podcast is available for download on SoundCloud. Download it.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
Fuck, I done lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Prophecy. Where you mess me up, man?
How many of y'all gonna get the game though?
I
am on mobile. I'm gonna try it out.
They gonna get this APK work.
It's getting this day. You see, Chase is
really got what they wanted.
They gonna get this APK.
I'll tell you right now though, if it comes out on Steam like as an indie, I'll try it out. I mean, there's a bunch of games like I said that are people assume that are shitty on Steam that are indies, and indies are killing it. But I mean, this was just misleading. So obviously, I'm not gonna.
I this question.
What's up?
The way the storm was brewing and everybody's getting hype behind it, and you're fueling the fire with your little quotes and whatnot, how would you have handled this situation?
I thought this was a console selling album.
If we were Damon Grove?
Yes.
I'm straight throwing EA under the bus. Like, look, man, we almost had it, man. Joe Montana went to the fucking Microsoft. They squashed the whole shit, man. It wasn't us.
No, I mean before even getting to E3.
I would have blamed Joe Montana. Like he told me to say all this shit.
If you would have blamed Joe Montana.
I mean, you can't blame Joe.
You don't want to blame the person
I'm trying
funding
to get money, nigga.
I wouldn't even have been there, dog. I would have been on Twitter. I wouldn't be there.
Who would you place the blame on? With everything going on, as far as people are getting hyped behind the game, thinking that it's going to be one thing, and you know in your mind it's going to be something else. Damon Grohl's background is in mobile gaming, so that should have been another telltale if people had looked.
Oh shit, you're right.
Basically, the media. Sounds like it was the media. Really?
Yeah, not only the media though, but actually them. Like it was them putting out all this information. So I mean, you know what it was? It was more like.
So how would you have handled it if you see that the crowd is going one way, but you know the game is going a different way?
I would have been that guy still on the line, right? I would have been him. I would have been on the line before she took me out the line to give me this interview, like in the waiting area. I would have just been like, you know what? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to just tweet that this is a mobile game because I ain't going to let myself get this work. Like, yo, she literally probably just pulled him out of the line. Like, she probably like, sir, you're waiting for... Oh, yeah, you're the man making Joe, right? Come over here. And just gave him, like, this time to talk. And it was just the worst. Like, you couldn't even hear them because there was people in the background giving no fucks, just walking back and forth. There was no fucks given. Like he didn't have his own personal time, his chair. Nah, they made him stand up. He looked at the camera like, "Oh shit."
Yo, you know who Damon?
My question is because I didn't get to see it. Like, I know people got mad and walked out, bro. Like,
nobody was there. Nobody
got mad as fuck, bro.
Nobody was there.
He was in the lobby though.
He was like in a
lobby. Hey, bro, he was in the lobby just standing around like everybody else.
On actual main stage.
God forbid he was on stage.
He wouldn't dare step on that stage.
It would have been worse than the Killer Instinct when they booed that shit.
He'd have got this tomato, man. He'd have got that tomato, bro.
They would have threw all the consoles on him. That would
have been crazy though, because I do remember that because I remember it came out as like a rumor it was a mobile game first, and then I was like, wait, what? Nah, it ain't no damn mobile game.
How do you announce a mobile game? I don't Like,
Chase would have been like, "Go to the back."
Were there
I
any
know.
other mobile games announced at E3?
No,
Well,
that-
indie games.
I
Indie
know.
games.
Hold on,
Indie games.
I will say in the past there have been, like they have brought out games.
But it'll be like Microsoft's mobile game or maybe Sony. So yeah, Prophet's right. But I'm saying like
they
this.
have
But
it.
hype like this though.
No, I don't think enough with the hype like that.
They hype
So,
this
nah.
shit up like it's the
I
new
think
Xbox.
I low key think my man was just like, bro, you know I make mobile games, like.
And Joe
'Cause
probably
I
like,
don't
no,
think
put
you
out, put
couldn't
this
have
out,
had to
put the
know all
screenshot
that
out.
bro.
I'll tell you right now, mobile phones got great screenshots. That's all CGI. Why? And when he tried to overhype. He was like, "Well, if you see the little clip right there, that's actually in game on mobile." She was like, "Yeah, like anything will look marvelous in game mobile CGI. That's just video."
Actually,
Yo,
now that I think about it, when I don't know, I think Bethesda's conference, they actually announced a mobile game. It was like the Elder Scrolls trading card game, but they did it on main stage.
though, right?
yeah.
I mean, it was on main stage though.
No, but that was part of But like I said, that's part of them because Microsoft has done it with their mobile phone. Windows, is gonna be on phone, and you'll be able to play this game and be the sixth man on the team leading all, like shit like that. But this has no partnership with any devs, with no publishers. This is just this man reaching, and Joe Montana had him and just made him look bad. So you ain't gonna see a few tweets from him for a couple of days.
It's hilarious because I'm looking at his screenshot now, I guess after he made the announcement, it's like he's seen Regular Day's face, and just like,
Yo, Regular Day must have been tight, dog.
Day was like,
Regular Day is a football guy too.
But I know this man is getting like death threats and everything.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
You gotta be, bro, because that's just crazy.
Yo, they had to take down, like the girl who interviewed him took down one of the links because she had to re-upload it and disable comments because she wrote for the interview that you guys all have been waiting for, and in the comments below was like, "You fucking kidding me?" And like, "Yo, you serious?" Mobile. Someone wrote Nokia. I was like, "Oh man, it's over there." Somebody said Windows 10 mobile, and I was like, "Damn!" And they had to just take the shit down. She had to re-upload it.
So
I'm like,
here's the thing. When it comes to football games, do you think that since people were clamoring for a new football game, and you got this guy that come out of nowhere, he puts Joe Montana's name on the game, do you think that if they needed crowdfunding like Kickstarter to get it on consoles and to get
did that.
actual greatness, is something to start from and work forward from? Do you think that a good amount of the community would have supported that? Do you think?
Yes, they have. Yes, they would have.
So. They spent all these money on these fucking dumbass packs.
Damn, Chase, you got hurt. Damn, you okay, man?
I mean, it's not making. I don't think that a football game is going to make $3 million in the first hour. Like, what's the name of that game? Shamu. It's not going to make that,
Shamu, baby.
But I do believe that over time it could have gotten to something like that. So it really begs me to question where exactly were they planning on doing? Because they didn't even ask for crowdfunding. Like, if they're not asking for crowdfunding,
I thought they had the bread.
Any intentions on them creating something bigger? Because where's the money? You can't just pull money out your ass for a football game.
I thought he had the bread. I mean, it would have taken time, but people would have definitely appreciated that, and just look at what we was talking about earlier. Shenmue 3 already got over 3. They passed their what was it? They needed 2 million, and they got 3.4 million already.
Yeah, but Shenmue is like a
no. But still, people appreciated the series. People appreciated that title, that game, so they're gonna support it. You don't think people want, even Madden players who are sick of Madden but still play because their love for football would have still supported this shit. But I mean, aside from that interview was buns.
Yeah, it was a short one. But before we run out of time, I mean, we still got plenty of time. Let's actually talk about the conferences. We'll just go around and everybody can give their opinions on, I guess, each conference or however you want to do it. Just state whatever you think about E3 as a whole or individually between the groups. And we'll segue into backwards compatibility. And I just want to note, And the homie Will Easy definitely said it. I don't know how I feel. I mean, I love Shenmue, and I would have supported the Kickstarter anyway. I don't know how I feel about them promoting a Kickstarter in the middle of E3. That's like,
Yo, you know what?
that's
That's how you can see. I was saying that to Wyza and you earlier. That's fucked up. That
free
if this was
advertisement.
Microsoft. No, not only that, but that was messed up. If that was Microsoft, instead of having all that BS, they would have just bought the rights to it and helped them fund the game. Sony wanted no part of that. So what they did was, oh yeah, we just announced the game, blah blah. It's coming to PC and PS4. Like that's Sony either not having money or them just being cheap and not risking the fact that this game, and look, it already passed over the budget that they needed. You know, so they're gonna set a phase 2 now of how much money they need now for whatever other production. But that I found that kind of fucked up though.
In the middle of E3, though, you want before the game's announced, you want to ask for bread. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, Abel, let's start with you. What are your thoughts about the E3 conferences, or just whatever you want to say about E3 as a whole?
Well, I'll be honest. There's only 2 that I watch. Well, actually 3: Bethesda, Microsoft, and Sony. The rest I actually didn't get a chance to. I was actually very busy, but I enjoyed the heck out of Bethesda. They freaking killed it. Even with Doom, Doom's not my thing. Microsoft did a Microsoft job. It was to the point. Everything that I seen there was expected. Nothing surprised me besides one thing being the backwards compatibility. And
Did you see that list though?
They had a list of games, baby,
Yeah.
for days.
really cool, really cool. And Sony, Sony.
That was the way he said. He said really cool.
Listen. Sony kind of had me on the edge of my seat because I thought I was gonna get SOCOM announcement like 3 times, and I almost had a heart attack like 3
Well, why would they
times.
announce SOCOM?
Why wouldn't they?
Why would they, knowing that these guys became an independent project? They're not going to announce that game, especially how shitty it is, and on Steam. They
What are you
would wait.
talking
SOCOM?
about?
Oh no, my bad. That's H hour. Yo, my bad. No,
I
but
was like,
but I thought they converted over to H hour.
No.
Okay, I see. Wait, no, I see where you come. Okay, my bad about that. Because I
SOCOM's
thought.
owned by Sony.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You know what? I am upset at that too.
So
You're
super
right.
cool that I seen The Last Guardian. That's cool, but neither. That's not my type of game. But I respect the title and I respect the history of the franchise. But yeah, waiting for SOCOM and in that new Horizon game by freaking Guerrilla Games. Salute, excellent, looks amazing. But everything played it safe, really cool. Simple as that.
Okay. Ricky, what's your thoughts? E3.
All right, I actually caught up and saw all of them. I actually did not enjoy Square Enix. It was a bit boring to me, and Nintendo's was trash, dookie. Like they didn't even show any Zelda. Like that was just total disrespect. But in respects to all of them, I thought honestly, I told you guys I'm not really interested in the whole Fallout 4 movement, but I appreciate the gameplay. I thought it was great. They had a good conference. I was hyped for Dishonored 2 actually. Microsoft, they shocked me, man, with that backwards compatibility jump.
Yes.
And the only thing I am gonna say is it was their conference was obvious. Like obviously we was gonna hear Halo, Gears, and all their other exclusives. So it's not really more of a shocker to me. It was just the software and what like updates they were bringing that actually shocked me. Sony was a bit just like because I thought they were gonna answer back. I don't know if they're trying to make it seem like, because we've been doing good on sales, we don't need to push anything else. They didn't really answer any questions that anything that we wanted. They didn't listen to. They didn't tell us, okay, we're going to change now. You can change your gamer tags or go appear offline. They didn't hit us with anything that we basically would have appreciated. But overall, their conference was good. I didn't know that Final Fantasy VII people were going to go crazy for, so it was good to see the crowd going berserk on that. Honestly, I thought EA had a great conference. I loved Ubisoft though because they had some heavy hitter games. Like for example, they had Assassin's Creed, which is still a good game. They had the new South Park. They had some new game called For Honor. They had The Division, Rainbow Six, and Ghost Recon. So I mean, overall, all the conferences to me were solid. I was actually more impressed and happier this year than I was last year. I'm just upset with honestly Sony because I think as a platformer as well as console exclusive games goes, they should have tried it and maybe think ahead and think maybe Phil Spencer will try to answer back because he's been doing good. His track record of updates have been on point. Sony should have known better. And now, just to let you guys know, there's never gonna be any backwards compatibility. Sony just announced because they invested too much money and time in PS Now. So that's one thing we know we're not getting at all from Sony. And I think with this, Microsoft will be killing it because Phil Spencer came out and said, finally it's time to move on from 360. So they're not pushing it no more on people to buy 360s. They're trying to push everything over to Xbox One. So that's it.
Okay. Prophecy, E3, what you think?
I only seen Bethesda, Sony, Microsoft. I didn't even, to be honest, care to even think about watching Nintendo. And I think I watched EA's. And I'm not going to go into detail about every little thing because we'll be here talking for 3 hours about it. But I felt like Microsoft won when it came to the tech side of things, with the HoloLens, with the backwards compatibility, and I feel like they said something else as well.
Their controller.
Remember there you go. And the controller, which I think is beautiful as fuck. I might actually cop that even with the 150. And, you know, some of their games, like when they announced like Fallout and they showed like that you could have PC mods in Fallout on the Xbox One, that type of stuff like really showed me like they got a lot of like trying to convert a lot of things into PC on Xbox One. So like I said, the tech side of it, they killed it. As far as games, they only showed me Sea of Thieves. That was the only game that was brand new that I was like, okay, that game is live. Other than that, like Ricky said and Abel said, they basically showed us all stuff that we had previously seen and or heard about. So it didn't really excite me on their side at all when it came to that, except for Gears. Gears obviously being dropped. That was like, I said Microsoft, all they had to do was come out and say Gears of War beta dropped and walk the mic and they could have just won. But I'm just I'm just die hard fan of Gears. On Sony side of it, they didn't do the tech at all. Like the only thing that they did, I think, is you can now stream your stuff from your PC to your PlayStation. So if you like listen to music or watch movies, you can do that now. And I don't know if they actually announced it. I just noticed it when I got on my PS4 that it said you can now stream those things. So I guess that's something that people wanted for a while. I guess I didn't really care too much about it. But they showed me, they showed me some games, which is what I wanted to see. They showed me Last Guardian and Horizon, which to me looked like, aside from Fallout, the best game there was Horizon from what I seen. So they actually came this year with stuff that they were saying, look, this is coming out next year or this year, you guys can enjoy. So I felt like they did a better job as far as saying, here's some games. And they didn't spend all their time showing indie games like they have in the past, which people gave them hella slack for always doing it. But when they didn't really do it, nobody really said anything this time. So that's mine.
Okay. Wyza, you want to go ahead? I'll go ahead and got that.
I'll jump in a little bit. Now, again, I'm not all that much of a gamer, so a lot of this stuff isn't familiar with me. But what I will say is I do watch E3 every year, and they start to kind of bleed together. Like they start to feel like you're watching the same presentations year after year. Like the games start to feel the same. Even if it's a different game, it just kind of feels like we're watching the same presentation from last year, unless it's something like colossal, like they're announcing new consoles. With that being said, there were some games I was looking forward to seeing on display. And from Bethesda, I was looking forward to Fallout 4 because it was, it's the hype thing. Everybody's Fallout's coming back. Now, I've never played Fallout, but I wanted to see, what the hype was about, and I was like, man, this looks pretty damn good. But, a lot of people was talking about the graphics not being all that great. I'm like,
who cares about the graphics? I just thought the trailer was
pretty damn good to me. I don't see the big deal with that. Microsoft is where I started paying more attention, and I was live tweeting as Microsoft was going on. And there was a few games from that one that caught my eye, and I'm gonna name the ones that you guys didn't really name at all. Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare.
Yeah,
that shit looks like a lot of fun, and I didn't play the first year.
You didn't? Oh man.
Yes.
Plants vs. Zombies, I didn't play it, and as I'm watching, I'm like, I want to play this now. So that was one of the things that caught my eye that I really wanted to play. And I was talking to Chase about this earlier. There's some games on the Wii that I really want to play, like Splatoon. Like for some reason, I think I like cartoony looking games like that.
Whoa.
Like that. So I wouldn't mind Plants vs Zombies, especially since it's already gonna be on the Xbox. Forza, even though it's Forza, you know what to expect from it. I haven't played it for the past few years, and that was one of the first Xbox games that I played. Like once I got to 360, so I'm always impressed with the way that looks, especially since I haven't played it since like way back in the Forzas. So that one looked impressive to me. Tomb Raider, I've never played. Surprise, surprise. It looks good. It looks different than the Tomb Raiders that I've been seeing, but it doesn't. I don't know. It didn't do anything to convince me to pick it up in comparison to all of the other games that we were seeing. Then I'm gonna move on to EA a little bit here, where they had, of course, the sports games like Madden, NBA Live looked like they're moving in the right direction. But I do believe, it's EA. Once they reach exactly where they want to get to, they'll become stagnant and it'll just start to become repetitive. That's how EA is with their sports game. And then Ubisoft, because I didn't catch Sony until the tail end, so I don't really have much to say about Sony. I apologize for that. But one game stuck out for me the most for Ubisoft. I'm not really an Assassin's Creed guy, but The Division, that looked pretty badass to me, man. I'm really interested in playing a Division because it's one of those games where it's you work with your team and plow through all of this stuff, and there's strategy behind it, and if your teammates are messing up, you rip into their ass. Like I like team-based games like that you could play online. That looked like a lot of fun to me, and just the way that they came on the track with it, I'm like, yo, what is this? I'm like, oh, this is Division.
Yo, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
That's your first time hearing about the Division?
No, I heard about it, but I never like.
Oh, okay.
Why is it super casual?
I'm about to say, bro, because we've been talking about like this for years. I guess
I know you have been talking about it. I've heard about it, but
like reverse Madden.
I've never seen it in action. So that was my first time seeing it in action. I'm like, yo, this looks pretty.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, you sound like you just not heard about it. I was about to say, bro, that shit. We've been going in on that shit.
It's crazy because last year was my first time getting into first-person games at all. Like I've never played Call of Duty, any of them. I've never played Gears. I've never played any shooters. So for me playing Destiny for the first time, that was my first-person shooter. I'm like, this is a ton of fun. And Chase for the longest kept saying, this is your first person shooter. So, it's gonna feel like that. But it's a lot of fun and it's refreshing because it's kind of like just take yourself away from saying like you played Call of Duty for years. Like imagine if you didn't and you just get into it. It's like a breath of fresh air and everybody else has already had their stamp on that. So for me it's refreshing. So as a gamer I feel like I'm a fat boy in a candy store right now.
Wait, Wyza, I have a question. How come you were away from the gaming scene like that? How come this is like all new to you? I'm like love hearing your story right now because that's weird to me to hear.
Right,
all
like
this.
I've never heard of it. Like I feel like you really.
He thought Destiny was multi-plat, by the way, guys. I mean, he thought it was exclusive on Xbox.
My bad, yeah, no, I'm back. Wait, what was an exclusive?
So here it is. Here's why. Like growing up, I played a lot of games. Like I'm talking about from Nintendo on. And I had got a PlayStation. When the first PlayStation came out, it broke on me within the first week. And I got it for Christmas, so I was hyped, right? And it broke on me. And I don't know why it broke. It just wouldn't read my disc. This was when the PlayStation first came out, like brand new off the shelf. And I was trying to get it fixed. It just wouldn't work. And at that time, I kind of stopped playing because I was pissed off. And that was in, I believe, 96 or 97. I don't remember the year PlayStation came out, but it was that year. And I hadn't played video games from then. I mean, I kept playing Super Nintendo, but I didn't pick up another game until 2004 when Xbox was out, the first Xbox. And I didn't even get that when it was new. But I got that, and I got my first game was a gift to me. I got All Pro Football 2K5, and shit, I couldn't really get into other games because All Pro Football 2K5 took up 4 years of my life. 4 years, like it was to a point where I did nothing. I didn't even work. I just played that game. I lived in my grandmother's house playing the fuck out of that game. It was ridiculous.
Nah, I like his story though, because like he just sounds so rare. Like
Well,
I'm
it's
like,
not.
what?
It's not
Not
rare
only
though.
that, it's you know what, he's just keeping it real, and you know
Well,
what, that's the love for the game, like in the sport. So I can understand.
He's closer to your average gamer than we are, and I think we forget that. It's like people on the street. You can ask them about Joe Montana. You can ask them about. They don't know. You have to tell them. We know because we pay attention and we read and we do pod. People on the street don't know.
Yeah, that's why I started out by saying I wasn't I wasn't really that much of a gamer, and now.
No, but listen, man. Like what regular. Sorry to cut you off, but what regular Dave told me one time when I said the same thing. He goes, "Yo, you put in hours." I said, "Of course, I played it." He goes, "You a gamer, dog. It's just that you prefer certain genres. That's it." And that don't mean nothing either, because I was the same way. I got into Gears one point, then Halo, then Call of Duty, and it was over. My RPG days were done, and then I started expanding again. And now I play games, all types of games. I try to get certain games to try. It doesn't matter, but you're doing the same thing now. I mean, you hit me up, you hit, Chase up, you always play Destiny, you would play Borderlands.
It pretty much just became like I just became a sports gamer, like heavy. I played nothing but sports games. So this year, well, last year or whenever the new consoles came out, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, we didn't really have that many games, right? So I played Dead Rising because it was either play Madden or play something else, and I ended up getting Dead Rising from GameFly. I'm like, this is a breath of fresh air from playing the same Madden over and over and over, because Madden could kind of take that wind out of your sails from playing it too long. It's like you just don't even want to do it anymore. So I'm like, I bought this $500 console. I'm gonna play games, and it started with the Dead Rising, and then it started, I started playing other stuff. Then I got my hands on Destiny, and I played the heck out of that. I sucked at it for a long time. I definitely still suck at it, but I'm having fun. And I think that next, when the next gaming cycle of Madden comes out, 16, if I could just play other games alongside of playing Madden, I think that I would have a better chance at not getting so burnt out on Madden as early as I'm getting burnt out on it now, just by playing the other games. Which is why I'm like, I'm actually excited about, like, I'm not just watching E3 now as, all right, I'm watching to see what's coming down. I'm not gonna play them. No, I'm actually watching these to see what I would be interested in playing, because I'm really ready to start my Let's Play channel, and I don't know, just getting this information feels kind of fun to me. But yeah, that's where I'm at with gaming.
Yeah, man, that sounds good to me, man.
Okay, so I think Sony, Microsoft did a good job. The only thing I don't see good stuff about Nintendo, but let me go down. There's some things I'm obviously miss, but some of the stuff that I was excited about, obviously, Shenmue, Dishonored 2, Hitman, Guardians, Forza. Now this is a third Forza in over 2 years. Tomb Raider looked great. Gears looked great. I'm not going to say Live looked great, but Live, if you look at Live over the last 3 years, you see an improvement every year. You look at Madden over the last 3 years, you do not see that. So I've been shitting on Live, but they're trying. And from Live 14 to Live 16, they've done a much better job. I'm not saying it's going to be better than 2K. I'm just saying I might actually legit give Live a chance this year, just because it looks a whole lot better. And I always appreciate that. South Park, when they announced the new South Park, and Kingdom Hearts 3, there was some footage with that. I was excited about that. The Division. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I was excited about. The Xbox controller looks great. I can't wait to use the Microsoft HoloLens on my coffee table. I'm just bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that HoloLens stuff. That is a gimmick. If you want to get it and you can afford it, that's great. They're charging $150 for the new controller. Can't imagine how much the goddamn HoloLens is going to cost you.
I'm afraid of that one.
Yeah, the Kinect was part of the console. Now they've completely shifted away from it. I just don't know why people think that the HoloLens is actually going to be supported and like real. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be supported, but it's not going to be. If they couldn't get Kinect to people to really use it, I don't see how they're going to get everybody to get with this HoloLens stuff. It's pretty cool, though. Got to be honest with you. Now let's talk about this backwards compatibility stuff, because everybody has different opinions. I'm going to give my opinion real quick. First of all, there's too many dick riders on the fucking internet. Y'all not usually don't say shit like that.
Damn, yo.
But I'm tired of that shit because like we've spoke about backwards compatibility. I've made videos maybe 2013 saying that they needed to have backwards compatibility with the consoles. Here come all the dick riders marching up to the comment section talking about, oh, that'll mark the price of the consoles up. Really? Why? When I said that, the Xbox was $500 fucking dollars. Now the Xbox is $350, and they're putting backwards compatibility in it. People need to quit dick riding these consoles because what happens is when you see how poor a company is doing, that's when you see their best fucking work. Look at fucking Square Enix. Look at Xbox.
Phil Spencer. Yeah, Phil Spencer as a whole. Period.
You gotta be critical and you gotta appreciate at the same time. But if you're not critical, they're going to give you stuff and they're going to not give as much as they can because we always look at Sony. They bullshitted us the whole time the PS3 was out. But when the PS4 came out and they needed to turn a profit, they made sure they did the most.
And they're bullshitting again. And they're bullshitting again right now.
When these companies is on the top and y'all dick ratting them, they do not do everything they can. Fucking backwards compatibility should have been in the fucking consoles in the first place. That is, I mean, I was happy to hear it, but at the end of the day, looking back at that, we shouldn't have to fucking celebrate backwards compatibility. That should be part of the consoles, and all these dudes running around here talking about what these companies can't do. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Bottom line. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Backwards compatibility, if it's on PS4, which is not going to be, and Xbox One, all the time they're spending on remasters can go to new games. They keep giving us titles from last gen because a lot of us are just now getting into gaming or spreading out like Wyza is doing and trying to get some more games. So he missed God of War. He missed Uncharted. Ooh. He missed Metal Gear. Wyza missed a bunch of stuff. If these consoles are backwards compatible, number one, the publishers can still make money off the last gen versions of the game without having to spend more manpower making fucking remasters. True. Everybody wins. So for people talking about it's going to be a price increase for backwards compatibility, fuck out of here with that shit. Bottom line, yo. So that's my opinion. It's backwards compatibility should be part of the console, and it's good that we have it. They can spend their time with new games. If we would have had backwards compatibility at the beginning, there would be no how many remasters we got? About 16?
Almost about.
I mean,
it's so bad we got remastered indies too, yo. People don't know that.
They're putting out stuff we never asked for.
About remasters. Yeah. I haven't really noticed them on the Xbox. I noticed them more so on.
Oh, there's a lot of no.
Both,
it's multi-plat. It's a lot of multi-plat remasters. Like we got the Tomb Raiders. Yeah. We're getting a lot of multi-plat remasters, and then there's some where they know they're doing a sequel, which I can understand if there's a sequel to a fucking IP to an exclusive. I can see why they're doing a multi-plat. I mean, a remaster to that. But to just have a multi-plat a game after like 1 year, like that, I don't understand. Like, say for a game. What's that shit that came out? Damn, Sleeping Dogs. There was no need.
Nobody asked for that. But I mean, it's a great game, but
nobody asked for that.
We could.
The only one I can really justify is Last of Us.
Last of Us.
But then again,
on Xbox
that was a game that deserved to be on the next gen stuff.
Yeah, that game.
$60 now. I can't roll with no $60 for a game.
$60, I don't think so. But like, you gotta look. There's a lot of people that was on 360 that came over to PS4 that couldn't play.
No, that's true.
But backwards compatibility would have eliminated that. They could have played it with the console.
But Chase, what I'm gonna say is for certain games, for example, what the devs from Naughty Dog did say was they're happy that the PS4 has this much power because this is how they wanted The Last of Us to turn out to be. And
that's
this
cool.
game is, so that's what I'm saying. But I do get what you're saying. Like, it's bullshit, and it's even worse because Sony came out and said to Kotaku and other like, we're not doing backwards compatibility. We just spent millions on PS Now. That's streaming bullshit, and we're never getting it. And it's gonna.
Nobody's using it. Xbox just killed your whole service for dumb shit like that.
I know, and one thing. Look, and we gotta also remember this too, because we can't just take this in like, all right, Microsoft has got it. They did say a couple of things that people did not pay attention to. They said over the holidays they're gonna have their games, blah blah. What I did like is they mentioned that on your library of your Xbox period, every game. If the game is going to be compatible, you'll see it end up in your library, right? Like if it's a digital game. You don't have to pay for the games you already own, none of that, so that's good. But what they did say was, and it's no problem for the engineer at Microsoft to do this, the only thing is to get the okay from the devs of the game. It requires them no hard work. other than a yes or no. So if these devs do want to push out a remaster, or if these devs do want, like, say for example, best example, people want to see COD 4 on Xbox One and PS4. So if there is backwards compatibility, we got to get the okay from Activision, and I think that's just bullshit.
I mean, I get that, but everybody wins if there's backwards compatibility. They have to spend a lot of hours.
The game that's voted the #1 game that they want to be on the backwards compatibility list.
Red Dead, Skyrim, and Black Ops 2. What the three biggest?
Those Modern Warfare. Is that the same thing? Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, I think they were. People
they were down there, but like the top 3 games that everyone wants on Xbox right now is Red Dead, Skyrim, and Black Ops 2.
And you know,
they have millions of petitions.
Yep, a lot of and you know what's the only thing I can say is that I don't know if you guys have done it, but I haven't. I put backwards compatibility as one of the notes. You know that new service that Microsoft announced maybe a year ago, where it's on their website, and anything you really want, something high anticipated or something in demand, to write the comments and the highest vote, they'll work on that. Well, backwards compatibility was one of their highest votes, and they took that into consideration. Sony decides to do that, and they didn't listen to not one fucking thing we wanted. Not even appearing offline, they didn't even do for us. No. And that's why I'm like, yo, just because they're winning in sales don't mean shit. Because the same thing happened at the end where Sony came back up with the PS3, and it could still happen.
I am so glad you said that. Sony has ignored the feedback of the blog postings, the things that the community demands on the Sony side of things is totally just shitted on, like completely. The #1 game most requested ever for the PlayStation blog to remake, SOCOM.
It is SOCOM. It is. I checked,
ignored.
and it was SOCOM.
Completely ignored.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Abel.
I just can't believe this shit, because on that spectrum, and I'm glad that I'm glad that you noted that Microsoft actually took heed to the community. Like, Sony needs to wake the fuck up, because just like Chase said just now, Sony's kind of feeling in that space where they feel like, okay, we could get away with some BS. Yep. Like, no, bro. Like, that shit should not happen at no time. So, congratulations to Microsoft for bringing back backwards compatibility, which even shouldn't be an issue. That should always be there.
And you can see it works too. That
and
bullshit
it's not a hard. People.
It was a firmware update.
Firmware update.
And the only thing the software engineer had to do was just change it from just being a physical disk to installing everything that's in the disk.
So it can recognize digital signatures.
Yeah, that's
People always think they know what they're talking about and making excuses for these companies. A guy's talking about, why don't you just keep your old consoles? We shouldn't have to do that. I have all my old consoles. I have 2 PS3s, an Xbox 360, a PS2, a PS4. Yeah, I shouldn't have to have all this shit sitting in here. These consoles should be able to play the stuff that came out previously.
And you know what else is too?
On the Xbox 360 though.
What you said?
Came out, you could play the previous Xbox games.
That was the first Xbox and the first PS3s. The first PS3s.
You could do it on both systems.
And you know what? I forgot to add. Let's talk about the list of games that are currently compatible, that are going to be backwards compatible. Because everybody celebrated. All right, this is a list of games that you can
so far though.
Mass Effect was like the best one.
Yeah. So if you got Xbox One. Currently, the first batch of backwards compatible games is A Kingdom for Keflings, A World of Keflings, Alien Hominid, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Battle Block Theater, Defense Grid, Geometry Wars, Hexit HD, Jetpack Refuel, Cameo, Mass Effect, which is a great game, and plus Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero, Small Arms, Super Meat Boy, Toy Soldiers Cold War, Viva Pinata, and Zuma. Those are the games that you could. These are the
fucking indies.
Hold on, that you also have to be a part of the preview program in order to use that functionality right now.
I didn't see that.
It's not coming out. I don't know when it's not coming out to the masses. I think for another few months. But if you're in the preview program, you could do these with these games right now after an update.
Well, it's not backwards compatible yet. I'm just saying it's going to take a while for them to get all the games that we want to play on there. But I think the Call of Duty, I want to see Black Ops 2 on Xbox One because I don't have faith in the newer Call of Duties, and Black Ops 3 included. I mean,
and they said multiplayer too, so I don't know if they're going to have to rearrange the servers up. But what I do know is that it all depends on also if the publisher is gonna say yes or no. When he said that, I said, "Fuck, that's gonna be a problem." And what I found was bullshit on the PS Now. They said they couldn't put Call of Duty because the publisher said no, and then also with the game sharing that the PS4 decided to give to come out with, Activision also said no. So I think they're gonna say no to this. So this is not gonna work out to everybody's advantage. I mean, there's ups and downs to this bullshit. There's levels to this shit, but I just think it's not for real. But I just think it's just fucked up. Like we're getting hype off of shit that we were able to do before, you know. And I just think, like Sony, when they first said that they were scarce, I'm thinking like, you know what? If you're scarce because of your game library, hit us with some good software updates. Now, no bullshit. Like, hit us with something good. Like Sony, like this is how Microsoft answered back with their controller, right? Remember, Sony came out with that update where we're able to map out the buttons to anything, to any game, despite what the devs put.
Right.
Microsoft answers back with this crazy ass controller that you're able to play fighting, shooting, RPG, and racing games. They answered back with something physical, and they answered back with all this extra shit. They didn't even have to drop the price, and people were happy. Why? Because they listened to the top comments. They listen to a lot of shit. In fact, Phil Spencer joins a lot of people's podcasts. He answers a lot of people. Sony, I don't know what's the misconception. I don't understand the miscommunication.
When are we going to be able to
appear offline? That's such a small feature, dog. Like I'm waiting, and I need to change my gamer tag.
You know what? We're at the point now, like seriously, with like, all right, Microsoft, they had their downtime or whatever. It seems like they're genuinely fighting back. Again, we have to still be mindful that all these companies are businesses. So it's ultimately about the bottom line, their dollar. But like far as answering the consumer, Microsoft is catering right now.
Yep.
Sony, be it with the appearing online, offline, just blatantly ignored. There's such a huge disconnect with the consumers and the leaders of the community.
Abel, let me ask you this question. It's piggybacking off of what you're saying here.
Yeah.
When the PlayStation 3 came out, their thing is that the thing that hurt them the most when they came out the gate was that they weren't really listening to the consumer base, right?
Yes.
And their price range was way too high.
And their price range was too high.
$600.
Now, when Xbox came out with that lead, when 360 came out with the lead, and Sony, later on down the line started firing back with the changes that they made, do you think that right now they feel as though they're on that high horse and they don't really, see Microsoft as being able to make that comeback? Or
yep. And they just got Call of Duty. MLG's gonna be moving to PS4. Wait. We didn't mention that.
I'm sorry. Can I just say something real quick about that, man? I'm not trying to take up too much time on that, but that is I don't know why people were thinking that this was the best idea. Honestly, Activision is smart. They looked at who's making the most sales right now and decided to make the move. They didn't go because they feel, this is the go-to. No, they felt like, okay,
yeah, it's all about
Sony is making the money. We're going to jump on their bandwagon right now. This is the worst time. I don't understand who thinks this is great. If this was Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 1 era...
Tell them what you're talking about, though.
Well,
exactly.
Because Treyarch decided everything is moving on Treyarch. Everything is going to be fresh with Treyarch. So Treyarch decided, and Activision decided as a whole, that Call of Duty now with first-party DLCs and early DLCs will be now first coming to PS4. Now, I don't know if MLG will be sponsored on the PS4 because Optic and all of them, they're all on Xbox.
It's looking like it, right? I'm just saying.
No, what Activision is trying to do now is start competition now on like the PS4 side. Like they're trying to have MLG with PS4, but that's in the works. That's in talks. What they're trying to do now is all DLC and season pass and all this extra exclusive content is gonna first come to Sony. And I'm just like, dog, that's like nobody even gave a shit when they showed that shit off. Like, nobody cared, dog. Like, I was just like, that's the worst thing you could have possibly showed us. Like, nobody gave a fuck. It's at a late time right now, and I think right now nobody gives any fucks, yo.
And I don't buy DLC for Call of Duty. Go ahead, Prof. I'm sorry.
I'm the exact opposite of Ricky because I've watched what all these MLG dudes have been talking about and some of these things that are going on. They seem to be either getting ready to buy a PS4 to have these exclusive things.
Also, they are switching?
Because some of them have already talked about that it's already switching over.
Scum did a video.
So
I wasn't
it's
aware
the
of that.
exact opposite of what he's saying as far as, no, if anything, this is going to boost the PS4 sales again.
No, I'm talking about as the community, as far as like, say for example,
already talking about switching over to the PS4.
no, I'm talking about, say me and you, for example, right? Like us, we looking at the game like okay, like Call of Duty again. So they came at a late time where the community as a whole are looking at COD like, man, COD is dead, this and that.
Still
They would
doing
have
numbers though, Ricky.
But that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that they're still the number one selling game, regardless.
Yeah.
They're just not.
They weren't the number one selling game last year.
Not last year, but they're still up there in contention.
No. Of course, they're like top five.
Especially with it being Black Ops, which is a franchise that everybody's been waiting for. They haven't cared about Ghost. They haven't cared about MW3. They've been waiting for another Black Ops for years. I honestly think that this Black Ops is going to go sell like crazy. And
I think it's going to sell because of the Treyarch
on there. It being exclusive on there, getting stuff on there first, especially like I said, if the MLG is going to all convert, it's going to be crazy for PlayStation. I think it's one of the smartest things that they could have did. Like, people are saying,
I did say that. I said that was one of the smartest things they did.
I listened to what you guys said about like Microsoft and like PlayStation, as far as like not doing things like changing our PSNs or appearing offline, simple things like that. But like I said in the very beginning when I was trying to explain my E3, that's on the tech side of it. Sony is ass when it comes to the technological side of things. They don't pay attention to us. They're not listening. Microsoft did everything right on the tech side of it, but that's making everybody forget that they didn't have no new games. This is supposed to. They said this is the best lineup this year. They said this is the best Xbox lineup. What did they show? They didn't show anything brand new or anything on the game side of it.
Well, yeah, no. You know what? I can't lie. They didn't. What they showed that was brand new were indie games.
They made everybody excited. Like, I seen it a day later. So when everybody was tweeting about backwards compatibility and all these things, I think that thing right there took over everybody's head so much and said it was such a great thing that they didn't really pay attention to that. They didn't show any brand new games or any new IPs except for a game by Rare, which seemed
the 30 for 30s. I like that though.
Right, but I'm saying Rare came in and showed two things. They said the new game, which is the new IP, Sea of Thieves, which looks fun. Like I said, it's on my list of games to play. Yeah. And then they did the 30 for 30. But what did they show that's brand new? They didn't talk about. They didn't talk about Quantum Break or anything like that we had been.
Thank God, though. Like, thank God they did it. And I know, you know what? UTX, you're definitely right on that too. There was a game that they didn't like. Nah, you know what? Yeah, you're right, because they didn't announce anything brand new. Like Sea of Thieves.
I watched it multiple times.
No, I know. That's going to PC, by the way.
That's going to PC, but I also seen Recore. Recore is a new IP that's coming out. It looks interesting, but it's not something of my. It looks interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. But no, UTX is right. There wasn't no heavy hitters
games at all.
Aside from Gears, there was not. Halo 5 Guardians already been like is on like their bridge already. So I don't care what 343 has to say. But as far as like exclusive goes, I'm just gonna say I give it to Ubisoft as far as the conference. Not even Sony or Microsoft. I'm just happy that Microsoft listened to people. Hold on, guys. But they listened to guys.
Ubisoft though.
And the thing though, like I was getting ready to say, is like when it came to Sony, is they actually. I think their conference was better in the sense that it seemed like it got people more excited. Aside from the backwards compatibility thing, which is the biggest thing ever, I think Sony won in the pureness of, even if you guys don't approve of how they did it, which I don't either, they still debuted The Last Guardian, which some people have been waiting for many years. They talked about Shenmue on
FF7.
Even if it was very bad, they still talked about it. So when you looked at the live reaction, especially Horizon, which I've seen everybody say that looked like one of the best games that they've seen thus far, and it could have won E3 aside from Fallout. Sony on the game side of it won the whole thing. As far as between like the top three, and
I heard the debate right here.
No, but let's not. I mean, let's not forget to mention.
There is a winner.
No.
I got all the consoles. Fuck.
No. But aside from that,
I'm saying on the console side, because I'm not talking about like
publishers and shit
and all that, right? Because really, when it's all said and done, we as gamers won. That's what it comes down to.
we
But
losing.
I'm saying, like, as far as like showing games that were new and or that looked interesting, Sony won on that side. As far as showing tech and things that look really cool, like that HoloLens look live as fuck.
I
I
see
don't
what
give
you're
a fuck.
saying. I can roll
On
with
the
you,
tech
man.
side of it, they won the thing, but they didn't show us nothing brand new. Sony won on the game side, they won on the tech side. But I'm talking about just between Nintendo, Sony, and
Yeah, you're just talking about the console,
right.
publishers,
I'm
not.
talking about a console war itself. And I heard PC was there, but I didn't hear nobody say anything
Yeah.
good about.
No Man's Sky is
Bro,
Ass. So say it.
yo, I got No Man's Sky
Bro,
on
that
my
nigga
list
look
of shit that I
mad
didn't care
dead.
about, bro.
that game
Yo.
is dude.
Oh,
By the way,
the other thing I forgot to
AC
mention,
Mill. I'm sorry, Prophecy.
too. No, that's my fault. Is that I mean, regardless, I don't care about this game specifically, so everybody can like say what they want to say. But they also show Street Fighter, which Street Fighter is going to be becoming really crazy, being on PC and PS4. So that fighting game community is going to be crazy, especially if you own Street Fighter. So they might get a little bit of looks coming from those games as well.
It's been growing a lot lately. Since the announcement of Street Fighter V.
Look at that.
Real quick, did y'all mention South Park?
Yeah, I did. I can't wait for that.
Well, you know what? Matter of fact, good that you mentioned that for anybody who don't know. Remember South Park? Did they win like Game of the Year or some shit like that? Wasn't they one of the competitors in Game of the Year?
They was in contention.
Yeah. And that's crazy for that type of game to go against like Shadow of War. I forgot the fucking game, right? Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Last Guardian.
that should look poop to me. I'm just letting y'all know.
Hold on, I'm about to say because
can you say it first?
Get offended. Hold on though.
First,
if you are not familiar with that series at all,
there's a series.
You're not going to sit up here and tell me that was interesting.
Okay, and let me say
something that is completely new to like, what is this? There's no way you're gonna say that shit was like.
I thought that was Naruto. I thought that was Ninja Storm.
Now, if you're familiar, you're excited, but if you ain't, you like, what is this?
When you mentioned that, I also wanted to state this too because I want you to get this because I know we all fans are in here, right? But I want you to understand that same exact thing that you said about Last Guardian. I can see a lot of people not caring about Kingdom Hearts either.
No, I understand it. No. You see, no, you can't make that.
Because a lot of people might not have played Kingdom Hearts. So if you've never played
it's been over a decade.
You're going to look at it and be like, I'm not playing no game with Disney characters in it, fam.
So
because you're a fan, you're looking at it like it's crazy. But
I'm a fan of both. I was just saying for other people.
Wait, but has there ever been a Last Guardian?
There was like Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah, and it's been a whole generation. Like
that's the reason why it's so. If you looked at it when he announced it, the whole crowd went crazy because they already knew what the hell it was. Those are the fans that love that franchise. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, but like I was looking at Kid, and I don't think Kid has ever played. Not Final. I was about to say Final Fantasy, but I don't think he's ever played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And I was like,
the game's fantastic.
I can see why people are looking at it like, nah, that don't really look hot. And people are looking like, why are these people going crazy over this game?
What, man? Whoa.
No, but Che, I understand where UTX come from.
No, I agree with him because when I did my walkthrough, you got to get past the first 2 hours. Because if you watch the first 2 hours of Kingdom Hearts 1, you're like, what the fuck are these little kids on this island? I ain't watching this. But once you get past that, the game's
big head kids,
it's classic.
Big ass feet.
But no, I agree.
It was nostalgia. Like nostalgia is the reason that got captivated us or built hype around some of these games like Shenmue or this game Kingdom Hearts or the game I'm talking about right now, which is The Last Guardian. Like those are nostalgia like games that people are so excited for that maybe it's only those people that are in that community that like that. It's not like worldwide received.
But that was a different time for games. Now with YouTube, things could go a lot further than what they are. Like I watched Shadow of the Colossus because again I never owned the PlayStation 2, but I watched Shadow of the Colossus. I'm like, this game looks like it's the shit.
I got to do a walkthrough on that. That's very very good game.
I never played it either.
Like
it's a very good game.
It was a beautiful game. So I'm like, man, if you think back to all of the games that you played when you were younger, like imagine how much bigger they would have been if YouTube was around, right? So while they do have a niche audience now, it could be a lot bigger now that it's going to be coming in the YouTube era. So I think it's gonna make a huge impact.
One
Carter,
thing,
I don't know where he's at. I sent him an invite, by the way.
you know, what I found crazy was the only thing I will say is that Sony won with their audience, yo. Because when I seen that like I said, I've never really got into Final Fantasy, but when I saw the crowd, I'll talk about the crowd was standing up, screaming when they saw Final Fantasy
Final
7.
Fantasy has a huge base.
Bruh, did you see? There was
The
a
reactions?
I don't know which one it was. I don't want to say it wrong, but when I was watching the conference, I don't know who. I don't know. It might have been Shenmue, but Buddy got up and Buddy was about to cry, fam. Like he legit
I think it was
stood
that.
up.
Oh, it was Shenmue. It was
about to
Shenmue.
cry. Yeah, I think it was Shenmue, bro. Like
White boy, right?
those, yeah, the white dude. The fans of those games that are just diehard.
Those are huge fans. Those are real fans, dog.
That shit really impact their life. Like when I heard them, I'm not like, cause I'm okay in Last of Guardian. Like I'm not like super deep fan.
Some
I heard some of them screaming. I was like, bro.
I'm like, oh my God, thank God. I'm like, damn. Then wait, but remember with what were you saying? The Last Guardian? I heard the guy that was standing up, he was holding his head, and then after that, I think I heard somebody say something like, "Oh my God, Lord!" I'm like, "Oh damn, people going in."
Bro, like yeah, they was going in over some of them games.
If y'all go to a convention and see like all of these cosplayers and people that are
That's serious, man.
Final Fantasy all day.
certain games, like the communities of these games, this E3, like people's reactions would not surprise you. Would not surprise you.
I seen people crying in their reaction videos to the Final Fantasy, dog.
Let me add to that.
They diehard fans, but you don't know them until you go to one of these conventions and see.
And then you see men with skirts on.
You know, it gets
Purple
ugly.
hair.
Come on.
And as far as Final Fantasy VII, don't forget, earlier this year, Sony catfished everybody, and they were talking about everybody was awaiting this, and then it was just Final Fantasy VII on PS4. It was not a remake. But then they seen people's reactions, and I guess they decided to do a real remake. I don't understand why Sony had to be in such poor condition for us to see.
You got that money. That's good.
To see all these games.
No, but I
they
don't
had
think
to be
nah, dog. You think they would have came out with that CGI within this length period?
Yes, you don't remember early. This was 2015. They was talking about Final Fantasy VII. People got hyped, and then it was literally just Final Fantasy VII was going to be coming to PS4, but the original version. And everybody was like, "Oh, fuck out of here with that." See how quickly people forget.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, we talked
Play
about this on the
play it
podcast.
first.
We talked about it on the show.
PlayStation. Play it first.
Yeah.
See, I never like. That's another franchise I just completely missed out on.
I missed out on that too, man.
But like what Ricky was saying, when I seen that remake trailer, I sat the fuck up, bro. I was like, bro, this game is live as fuck.
I called goosebumps when I saw the crowd, dog. I see people hugging each other.
Bro, and I said, I'm getting this game. And I was like, Final Fantasy, oh shit. Now it's going to make me want to play them all and figure out why it is the way it is.
Way too fucking
Right.
I don't know. But I seen the crowd, son, and people were hugging each other. People were just. Then I seen the reactions, and some kid was crying. And then some other
Asian
the
guy.
other one I linked out, and then there was another one from Europe, and he called out. Remember what you told me about how they knew it was Final Fantasy because of the design, the character that they first saw? Well, this dude just named everything. He goes, "Please God, tell me it ain't a movie." I'm like, damn, these people go hard.
I think what Final Fantasy is like, are there different versions of it?
Every game had new characters, but then when 10 came out, they had a sequel. So it was always a new story, but then 10 came out and they had 10-2, then 13 had like 3 games.
Yeah,
So,
it feels like the games come out like 5 times a year and they all got the same like
Oh,
number.
no, they don't do it like that.
Like, you know, I'm exaggerating, but I'm like Final Fantasy 13.97. Like, why? What's going on here? I don't understand why we got so many versions of one particular game. And
The story doesn't end. That's why.
Hmm?
The story because the story they basically cliffhanged everybody at the end of 13. Then they gave you 13-2. Then I think there's a one called
If we
Lightning
compare
Return.
it to just a regular console game, wouldn't that just be like DLC?
No, it's a full game.
No, I know it's a
continues
full
the story.
game, but like it's Final Fantasy 13 Part 2 or Part 3.
They could.
Is it the same? Are the mechanics different?
No,
So
not.
you're adding, so it's a new sport.
I'm lying to you. 13 and 13-2 was really different. The characters you end up using like all
So
females
why not just name it 14?
because anytime they switch to the next number, it's a new story.
Yes.
But you just said it was a new
So
story.
it's like a whole new
13 and 13-2 are linked.
Right.
Okay, they're linked together.
14 is a whole new, 12 is a whole new, and that's how they pretty much do it.
So
So
13,
every number is an actual brand new story, new characters, new
okay.
new
So that
things.
brings me back
Every
to
one in between.
They
is
didn't think
the
of
same.
expansions. They just did a whole nother full game, but
For the $60.
dedicated to that one.
that's what I'm asking. Like, why not make it just expansion? If
Because it was a full game though, so it would have been like around the same price. But like the shit goes for hours. If you ask Final Fantasy players, like that game is hours long, dog.
I know
That shit goes
that's- I know
hours.
people that's Final Fantasy they life, bro. Like, for
Yeah,
real.
man, that shit goes hours long. It ain't just like a Grand Theft Auto expansion where you could possibly beat it in one day. This shit
I mean,
takes
I guess
hours.
I can see why you got to number it that way. Like my main question
I
is
get
more
what I get what
And
you're
it's made in
saying.
Japan, dog. It's confusing.
I get what you're saying though, because in actuality, it really is just like The Sims,
A
and, like,
continuation.
all the expansions that they have,
Yeah,
and
it's
then you get
continuations
Sims
of it.
4.
And the only reason why you need a new disc is because it's such a big game. But I don't know, like the titling of it always
Damn.
confused me.
Chase, I forgot to mention, man. I got 2 copies of the Mark of Ninja on Steam that I wanted to give away to anybody who wanted it.
Tell them about it. Go
Because
ahead.
I know you wanted to explain more on the game because I only played it for maybe a couple hours.
So last year, I know, and I can admit, I've grown to really enjoy indie games because they've just like come out of nowhere. As y'all remember.
I was gonna ask you about indie games too.
So at this point this year, I've played probably 5 or 6 indie games, and they're all very good. So Ricky bought 2 keys for a game called The Mark of the Ninja. This game is, this game's excellent. It's really, really good, and he wants to give them away. So you're basically a ninja. Obviously, there's a lot of stealth involved. You have your darts and your smoke bombs and all that stuff, and it's a platformer, but the way they implement everything is great. They do a better job with stealth on there being a 2D platformer with clean, nice colors. Indies have better color palettes than AAA games. I don't know if y'all noticed, a lot of AAA games have a lot of...
Blind Forest was like a great example.
Right. It's like brown and gray. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Like Sunset Overdrive was very colorful, but then you look at, like, say, Fallout, and it's really brown. But the indies are colorful. It did a better job at stealth than Thief. Thief sucks fucking ass.
Damn.
And yes, Thief is bad. But anyway, this game is really good. So if you got PC, Ricky's going to give away 2 copies. Just put you want a copy, and then we'll pick random winners, and maybe
that's how I
send
do
y'all
it.
a message, and we'll give out the codes as soon as possible.
That game, you can't miss that game. I didn't think
Really
it was all that until I played it. I realized like the stealth in that game, and it's crazy how indie games work. Like with anything that you play as in regards to an indie game. Like when I first played Ori of the Blind Forest, I believe I told Chase and the guys about it. Like that shit is just marvelous.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how doesn't just because it's an indie game doesn't mean it's gonna honestly work right. Like all indie games that I've played, they optimize for all consoles and PC. Like their shit's run perfect, yo. And I just be hating that they don't be making sequels to like the story of like certain indie games. So I mean, this is a good game though. I've tried it out, so I copped two keys for whoever was interested though.
Yeah, I'm playing Child of Light right now. Prophecy
Child
put
of
me
Light,
on
how
that
is
one,
it?
actually.
How's Child of Light?
Man, that game, I mean, the games are just... I ain't played a bad indie game that I really wanted to play or looked at yet, yo.
The only one I played that was bad was Hatred.
So I should go on ahead and download that Child of Light?
Yeah. The Cave.
Yeah.
Did y'all play The Cave?
No.
Me and my girl been playing The Cave, man. That game is good, yo. There's like the indie's been good. Like once you get out of that indie mindset, you could probably really enjoy it.
Say this because I remember early on in the podcast, y'all refused to like.
I was number one.
We shit it.
So,
like I don't know about y'all, but I'm a fuck with
like
this
I really tried to get aside from Abel because I know Abel like used to play him like that. But like aside from that, like if it wasn't for PlayStation having all these free indie games, I'd never been able to tell y'all about half these games.
Exactly.
Later on, find out that they were originally on PC first anyway. But just like I thank PlayStation for the fact that they awakened me to a whole new type of game. Obviously, it should have been PC that awoken me, but you know they came on here. So, and when you get them in your hands and your controller, it just feels better or different than on a PC. But it wasn't because of them that awoken me myself, and then I had to put my brothers on. Like, bro, you gotta try these games.
I finally broke down and played. I think it was Ori, and then after that, I said, you know what? I mess with these, man. Plus, there's not a whole bunch of cheese. There's no microtransactions.
You're not losing.
No, you're not losing, and they're going straight to the point in their story. And in fact, Ori the Blind Forest had a great story behind it, although there's no real talking. It's just basically the creature within the forest. But honestly, Wyza, if you get yourself into indies, like I'm not sure if you play them, like I'm the one who like everybody knows, like I'll be like refusing to play certain games, but I've given a lot of these games a try, yo. So you should definitely
Oh no,
give
I'm
some
jumping on
indies.
these indies.
I
Definitely
just
jumping.
wanted to talk about some games that I thought that I don't know if you guys all saw them, but games that I just thought were good that I
E3?
wanted to try out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
E3, that aren't
Oh,
really
hit us with it. Pause, yo.
mentioned that much. But to go what Wyza was saying, Plants vs Zombies. You guys know how much I love Plants vs
You
Zombies,
got
right?
me to buy that
I
shit.
played it like crazy, and that Plants vs Zombies 2 Garden Warfare 2 just it looked amazing to me. Even though it doesn't get like that much recognition as a game, like of other games, I thought that game just looked really good. Uh, I think Doom got a lot of recognition, I think, that day, but because I wasn't around during the day that everybody was talking about it, I haven't really seen nobody making videos and talking
I
about it. But
didn't really care about the Doom.
I thought Doom looked amazing as well,
Doom
bro.
look
Like
good, man. That
that
shit brought
game
up
looked
so much memories from Nintendo.
right.
64.
Another thing is from EA, they had a game that it looked fun to me, bro, and it was called Unravel, and you were like a ball of yarn, and you were just
Oh, yeah.
all over the place, bro. I don't know
What was the
why.
concept of that though?
I got to put that on my list. I need
I
to
don't
Those are
play
know
that.
those are like
why.
little games that make indies fun as shit, though.
But that Unravel just looked really fun to me for no reason. As well as Mass Effect. I never really heard nobody talk about Mass Effect or
Mass
say anything
Effect.
about Mass Effect.
Um,
But Mass Effect being as huge as it is, I thought I would have seen nonstop videos of them talking about Mass Effect, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that I don't see anybody
Because
really
they
talking about
poorly
it at
brought the
all.
game out. They didn't even bring it out like in the
I think
code.
that a lot of those people that are at E3 might be the ones that usually cover that stuff though.
What you mean?
Huh?
Wait, what did you say? I didn't even
The
hear you.
ones I think that the guys that are at E3 are usually the ones that do like the big coverage of it.
Oh no, I was talking about like more like YouTube people because like
Yeah,
Mass
that's what
Effect.
I'm talking about. A lot of people are at E3
Oh,
right
okay, I get what you're saying.
now. I mean,
So
a
they're
lot of
probably not
people
even
that are
releasing
like,
their
Yeah,
content
but
yet.
not only that, during the conference though, like I believe they showed something off on it, but I was kind of disappointed that a lot of games that I was actually hyped for, they didn't even like. For example, I was hyped when I saw the Hitman was being announced, right? But I was so mad that the way it was announced, like right after the CEO of a certain game finally left and showed their gameplay, as soon as that was done, they showed the
CGI.
Hitman trailer, so there was really no hype, and I was just like, damn, you
Um,
just brought out Hitman like that.
Again,
I,
like
I was hyped.
no, I
like
was
because
hyped, but
like I said, because I think I watched it on different days, many days later. I was looking at some of these games like, bruh, like that Hitman, it got me going crazy, bro.
I
When I
love
seen
that shit.
that, bro, and I
Dishonored too,
love
man.
Hitman. I seen that. I'm not a Dishonored fan. I actually miss Dishonored, so I don't really know anything about it so much.
were y'all
But
expecting to see more indies from this E3?
I
didn't
thought
think
I
we
was,
would.
dog.
I,
I was
everybody,
expecting to see more indies.
I thought everybody was expecting Sony to do nothing but show indies, but the fact that they didn't kind of like was like, oh
Yeah,
wait, what?
Microsoft showed more surprisingly.
Right.
It's about time. But see, they shitted on indies, made them try to sign a stupid contract that said they needed to get the games first, and then PlayStation took them and gave them a home. And now indies are Microsoft trying to get them back.
I
It's
want to
just
do also touch up on betas as well. Like
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you guys know all the betas that are coming out, but I wrote them down on this tablet or whatever. But Hitman beta is coming out. I think it said this year if you pre-order it on the PS4.
Yeah.
And I did it like all by different categories. What did I see? I'm gonna go to Xbox. Xbox has Division beta comes out this year in December. If you pre-order Division, or you could just register for it. There's links that you can look on, and you can just go to the website, type in Division or whatever, and then register for the beta. As well as Rainbow Six Siege comes to Xbox first on September 24th this year. So you can register for that beta. I think that's all the betas that are coming out right now that we know of. But it just seemed like as far as betas go, or as far as great things I gave Xbox credit for, like they had things like Fallout 3 comes out with Fallout 4 if you buy it on Xbox. as
Oh yeah,
well
Rainbow
as
Six Siege comes with both Rainbow
right.
Sixes.
Rainbow Six Siege comes with Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. I thought that was really hot. It almost made me really want to buy almost all my games on Xbox now because they're doing so many good things like that with them.
That yeah, I was interested in that. You know what? One of the games I was interested in. That's the thing. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm so upset that over the last year or two, Ubisoft has disappointed us with these fully rushed games and these misled trailers and gameplays, and then when we finally get them, it's not what we expected. But I was hyped for that game, For Honor, yo. It's like this medieval-based game, and it's like 4-on-4 along with
I just looked
other
at that.
AIs, yo. And that shit looked clean as hell. It wasn't too much fast-paced. It's more fast-paced when you go kill the regular AI soldiers to get your way to like the actual other enemy, which is the guy you go up against online. But I thought that shit was clean as hell, and I've been waiting for a medieval game to come out. So I was hyped for that, and then I was hyped for Ghost Recon. I mean, they're not doing the 4v4, 6-on-6. What?
I didn't even see Ghost Recon.
Yeah, because the way they were now. Oh yeah, that was on a Ubisoft conference though. I don't know if you saw that one.
I didn't watch
My
that.
man said Ghost Recon. Oh yeah. Don't do that fanboy shit up in these comments. We don't roll like that on this side.
Yeah, what happened? What he said?
I'm just saying, like, don't fuel that bullshit. Keep it objective, man. That's all we ask.
Oh, who,
Sorry,
me?
guys. Not y'all.
Oh, I thought you meant like me. I'm like, what the fuck?
No. Listen, people just need to learn how to be objective, man. It's not that hard.
No, I don't know. It's just I was a fan of Ghost Recon, but I think the way they're doing it this time, there's no futuristic, whatever. It's just they're saying it's a massively open world. They're doing single player and co-op. Your freedom of choice. It still has the Tom Clancy's name slapped on it, which I believe is still in one of his books. So I'm happy that it's not a Ghost Recon game that's with a brand new story. I'm glad it's one because all his games, his stories are spot on to me. So I'm just happy that with this new game of Ghost Recon. I don't know about the Division. I just hope with the beta on Xbox One that game's gonna be good. But there was a lot of heat this year. I was actually pretty surprised.
I know the drill. We got about 5 minutes. We got about 3 minutes.
He said 5 minutes.
Nah, we're gonna go past the 2-hour mark. I won't be able to edit it down.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Let me ask this one question out before it ends. Kid wanted me to ask this, but I actually changed it around.
Who, KDG?
This year, what game do you think is going to be Game of the Year? And I'm going to list all the games that came out this year as well as that are going to come out. You got Witcher 3. You got Bloodborne. You got Star Wars Battlefront. You got Batman next week. You got Metal Gear Solid. You got Fallout 4. And you got Mad Max. All those games are coming out this year. So people are crazy if they think there's no games coming out this year.
It's between Mad Max. It's
I'm
between
not going to throw Black Ops 3 in there because that's multiplayer. But out of all those games, what do y'all think is going to win? I honestly, personally think any of those could win, and I would be happy if any of those win, except for maybe Mad Max because I don't know.
That shit look buns, Mad Max.
It looks good. I just don't know much about Mad Max history. But I honestly think out of all of them, I think that Fallout 4 would probably take it.
think my Game of the Year is not going to be the industry Game of the Year. So if I go by what I think the industry is going to run with, I think it's going to be out of the Fallout 4
and Witcher.
and Witcher. Maybe Metal Gear. I don't think Batman is going to win.
Yeah, that's what I tried to say. Metal Gear, I think, is a huge maybe. I think it's going to be Fallout or Witcher.
I think it'll be Fallout, Metal Gear, and Witcher. And then Batman might sneak up in there.
Metal Gear's kind of iffy because of what they've been doing with Kojima, or what they did with Kojima. That one's kind of iffy.
Everybody that's played it though has been giving it like great.
Oh wait, did I forget Halo 5? Halo 5's coming out this year.
That shit ain't gonna even be up there.
I don't think. But I think Fallout's gonna win.
My bad.
Even though I'm not interested in Fallout, that looks like a game that has a lot of a large fan base, and I got a big feeling that shit might even win. But aside from that, I think Batman
this year.
What?
Just Cause 3.
I don't know, but also Black Ops 3 might win. No, let me stop, chill.
But Black Ops 3 will win multiplayer because can't really think anything else is coming out.
That's
what about Star Wars Battlefront
man.
though? Wait, Battlefront.
That's what I'm saying. Battlefront. That Star Wars game, bro. When they showed that Star Wars, bro, the crowd went crazy.
What about the Joe Montana though?
Bro, ain't nobody biting on that, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yo, what about the mobile game of the year?
Mobile game of the year
be
is
having
San
that.
Andreas,
After
yo.
that Joe Montana, they should have Troll of the Year, bro. Like for real. Because that shit is the biggest.
We have to do
troll
our
I've
own
ever heard.
iteration of fucking game of the year this year, yo. We have to, and I'm gonna just.
I know that's
include
my
Joe Montana.
fault though. I
No,
gotta figure out this OBS for the podcast and do it that way.
He said Sports Game of the Year.
We could be showing gameplay in and out as we're talking, like that.
Oh, shout out to NBA Live. I think they bring in like a park mode or a crew mode. So that's
crew mode.
They're
Yeah.
working on it. They're working on it.
They're trying.
They listening, bro.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, that's what's important.
And they'll want it. Yo.
Want and 2K not giving them.
Nope.
Oh, and they shots fired. They were like, unfortunately, we're just gonna say right now that our server works. Bam.
Yeah, they did. I did see them throw some shots. Did you see the new thing that they tweeted out today about the code? They was like, there's a free legend in the card game that they have, and you don't have to worry about looking for a code. Hey, they out here shooting shots fired, bro. They out here shooting.
Well, I like it though, because this is what competition does. You make somebody build, and again, Live was in such a bad place that we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? After Live 14, so I'm for it, man. And the graphics look so much better. The animations look weird, but the graphics.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop that.
What?
Kid, that Metal Gear is just as good as Fallout story.
Who said that, man?
Kid,
I don't know the story. I don't know the stories like
Metal
that,
Gear
so-
is better than Fallout story. Who's?
I've never even.
Dog, just go offline right now before we hit 2 hours.
Who, me?
I mean, you said 2 hour mark, right?
Oh yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up this week, guys.
I'm gonna pick a winner in the comment section, so just to pick out
Yeah.
the 2 guys from the codes, because that's what
We appreciate everybody for coming through. We had a good number of people here today, so we'll be back next Thursday for sure. I'm gonna try to hit y'all with a no show Friday tomorrow. I'm sorry I didn't do it last week or a video yesterday. Sorry, thanks everybody for coming through. Wyza came through in the building. Prophecy returned. Abel went to go pick up his brother or something.
He's at dinner.
And Ricky out here doing giveaways.
Yo, Abel's Obama busy, yo.
Oh, yo, get